Hey, what's up, y'all? It's been a long while since I've uploaded an actual video, but I'm back. And I'll try my best to keep it more consistent from now on. But besides that, I want to say thank you to everybody for the 500 YouTube subscribers. Honestly, I'm just surprised that we even got this far. But hell yeah. Hopefully we can reach 1,000 by the end of the year, so with that being said, if you want to see more Kid Icarus Uprising videos in the future, hit that subscribe button, like, and all that good stuff. So for today's video, we're going to be breaking down a match just like how I did back in my shot cancellation video, but just a lot better. And just a heads up, we're going to be talking a lot before the actual match itself, so for anyone that just wants to skip to the battle, there will be timestamps and YouTube chapters. And with that out of the way, let's get started. For our first battle breakdown, we're going to cover this match from early last year. Yeah, this video was supposed to be out that long ago. But anyways, this match takes place in Twilight Stratosphere. This open air map has 5 platforms that are disconnected from one another, with the main way of moving across this map being the purple jump pads. Depending on the weapons used during a match, traversing this map can be extremely dangerous. Namely, weapons with great homing do great on this map, as they can track your jump pad movement with ease, and deal nasty damage to you before you even have the opportunity to land. Conversely, melee weapons have a hard time on this map with the added mobility granted by these purple jump pads. As long as you have good timing, you can still capitalize off of this small window of vulnerability between jump pad usage. Moving on, there's also 2 green jump pads that send you very high in the air. They pretty much deserve zero purpose being on this map besides setting you up for a KO. Longer matches on Twilight Stratosphere usually boil down to a whack-a-mole situation, where the victor is determined by who gets sniped during a jump pad first. And now it's time to cover both team layouts. Light team has me on the Kraken Arm, Kayam on the Beam Claws, and Alice on the Skyscraper Club. And over on the Dark team, there is Lost with the Upperdash Arm, Elite with the Pandora Claws, and Brian with the Halo Club. Starting off, we have me with the Kraken Arm. The Kraken Arm has a very short shot range just like the other weapons in its class. Its charge shots are a bubble that travels slowly and linger before vanishing. The damage from these are pretty decent even without investment into range. The Kraken Arm also has a very bad continuous fire in my opinion. It's slow and it isn't really like a powerhouse attack either, but when it comes to the melee damage, it's an entirely different story. Specifically with its melee combo, there aren't many weapons that you can say surpass it, but a quick example would be the Taurus Arm and Ogre Club. Overall, the Kraken Arm is a very nice weapon to have for most close quarter situations. Next up, we got the Beam Claws. The Beam Claws are easily one of the most annoying claws to have to fight against. Claws generally have incredible movement speed to compensate for the lack of range. The Beam Claws, however, don't have that issue at all, because this is the claw with the longest shot range. Long enough to the point that it can even rival long-range classes like bows. While these claws aren't the best in either ranged or melee, the true strength of this claw is its ability to constantly harass you in close quarters and at range. And thanks to its incredible range, standing continuous fire is incredibly handy at finishing off low HP targets running away, but more importantly, this attack is a powerful tool for breaking powers such as Bumblebee and Energy Charge. And moving on to our last fighter for the light team, being the Skyscraper Club. Clubs don't have any continuous fire, but in exchange, the rest of their kit is usually pretty strong. The Skyscraper Club is without a doubt the best example of this. The charge shots coming from this weapon are incredibly large, easily the most visually loud projectile in the game. These mini planet-sized charge shots also deal their strongest damage to enemies up close with damage falling off at longer ranges. Now that being said, even at a distance, these attacks still pack a punch. The dash charge shots coming from the Skyscraper Club move very slow, but are so large that you can actually fail to dodge through it without evasion modifiers or powers. As for your other attacking options, standing charge shot. This is easily your best attacking option, as it is for most other clubs. The shot speed is significantly faster than your dash charge shot options, while also being way safer in terms of frame data. But moving on, The Skyscraper can cancel any single ranged attack in the game with either forward or side dash charge shot, which is an incredible advantage to have over a majority of weapons in this game, making this one weapon you can never sleep on. So with light team covered, let's move on to the dark team. So first on the dark team is the Upperdash Arm. This weird rubber wheel looking weapon is easily one of the most deadly weapons in this game. The Upperdash Arm is specialized to do one thing and one thing only, and that is landing melee dash attacks. So it should go without saying that a weapon this specialized has the strongest melee dash attack damage in the game. It's capable of two-shotting an angel if it's built with maximum melee investment. The charge shots fired from this arm are incredibly fast and can rack up damage quickly, making landing the finishing blow with melee dash attacks more consistent. Now, all that being said, this arm also has its fair share of downsides. First up being its garbage continuous fire. I don't really have much to say about it besides it's just trash. Don't use it. And secondly, this arm has one of the weakest melee combos in its class, only beating out the bowl arm. The Upperdash Arm basically boils down to if you land your melee dash attacks, this weapon is easily top tier, but if you don't land your melee dash attacks, this weapon is definitely in the garbage tier. Moving on to our next weapon, the Pandora Claws. The Pandora Claws have a perfect synergy between ranged and melee damage. The backward dash charge shot is easily the best thing about these claws. It protects you from enemy fire while also dealing damage to anyone close enough to get caught in it. The melee combo from the Pandora Claws deals very heavy knockback straight into the air, allowing enough time to combo into the backward dash charge shot too, making this the only weapon in the game to have a built-in ranged melee combo. The homing on the Pandora Claws are easily the best in its class, making this weapon incredibly annoying to get away from without taking too much chip damage. Honestly, there's a lot about this claw to talk about, which will end up being a topic for another day, but for now, we'll just be moving on to the next weapon. And our next weapon being the Halo Club. The Halo Club is special among the club class. This is one of the few weapons that have built-in paralysis. Normally, clubs have a wind box on standing charge shots that push you away if you get hit by them or if they graze you. This isn't the case for the Halo Club. This weapon will instead temporarily paralyze you if it grazes you with standing charge shot, making it incredibly annoying when you're busy dodging something else. The shot cancellation on this club is weaker compared to most other clubs, which can be a real pain, as most other weapons can cancel your forward and side dash charge shots with ease. While this isn't the case for its backward dash charge shot, this attack option has incredibly long startup and end lag for the club class in general, and in the case of the Halo Club, this can spawn far away from you depending on how much shot range you have on it. The backward dash charge shot is easily the strongest attack you have in your arsenal, but it's incredibly tricky to get this out when you need to get someone away from you. And not only that, but the melee damage from this club is incredibly weak as well, making close quarter combat an incredible struggle as a result. But anyways, we're gonna move on, but we do have one more thing to go and cover before we start off the match, and that is my power set for this match. So here it is: Sky Jump, Super Armor, Virus, Effect Recovery, and Celestial Fireworks. Starting off with my favorite power, Sky Jump. Basically, this power is both the movement power and the survivability power. You can use Sky Jump to parkour over certain terrain to make both chasing people a lot easier or escaping a lot faster. Sky Jump also provides damage reduction that scales based on what level you have equipped, and if you haven't seen it already, I recommend you to watch my Sky Jump guide I made a while back, since this is basically my go-to power for every set I make. And next on our power set is Super Armor. When this power is activated, it provides damage reduction and also makes you immune to knockback for its duration. Having the ability to force yourself through enemy attacks can be incredibly handy, but of course you're going to take damage doing this, but this is where the damage reduction comes into play. These two qualities put together make Super Armor the melee weapon power. This power can be used for ranged weapon builds too, obviously, but it's more common to see it on melee weapons since the risk of melee is far greater. Moving on to our next power, Virus. This is the only power in the game to afflict enemies with two statuses at the same time. When Virus is placed down, enemies that are within range will be afflicted with both Weakening and Paralysis status. Weakening status halves your HP, and Paralysis makes it incredibly hard to move. This power seems incredibly OP at first, but there are a couple downsides to this power. One being that this power takes a ton of board space, and the second is that this power has incredibly short range. And third is that an enemy can use Effect Recovery to clear both status at the same time. Keeping this short range in mind, this power is best suited for melee weapons in my opinion. Next up on our list is Effect Recovery. This power's only function is to cure you of any status ailments. This is easily one of the handiest powers in the game, with the added benefit of not taking too much space on the power board, making it easy to slap onto any power set you create. And for our last power on our set is Celestial Fireworks. This seemingly useless power is actually the best power for dodging. Upon use, you'll be granted invincibility frames, or iframes for short. You'll be invincible for a little over a second. The fireworks themselves can deal damage as well. Even though it isn't that strong, it can come in handy in some situations. And that wraps up our power set for this match. Overall, this power set isn't anything too crazy. This is basically meant for getting in close quarters, popping virus, and hoping to get 1 kill for every virus I have at my disposal. Definitely something easier said than done most of the time. And with all that being said and done, let's start the match. So off rip, on the Upperdash Arm we got Super Armor, Freeze Attack, and on the Halo Club we got Homing Boost, Quick Charge, Tirelessness. The Homing Boost is going to become something very important later on, but Alice has a Quick Charge and Invisible Shot, which is a pretty nasty combo for the Skyscraper Club. So I see Lost jumping on Alice, so I'm over here trying to support them as best as I can. I get lost with the weakening that's on my arm. We're definitely throwing hands here. I put up the virus hoping to get them. I get 1 good hit in before they hit the effect recovery, then they do a dash around and just retaliate on me. And I get frozen from this, but thankfully they mess up their follow-up melee dash attack and I have enough time to effect recovery. So thankfully, because they suck, they end up eating a Skyscraper shot, and now it's finally time for me to put these hands on the lead because they've been annoying me with these dash continuous fires. So I get the 4 dash shard shot, they get procced with weakening, and I have enough time to follow up with a melee dash attack while they're on the floor because they missed attack. So now I'm over here trying to rush, trying to get damage on them while this weakening is so active. So while we're clashing, I'm just thinking, you know what? I don't got time for this. So I back up and I go in for the manual melee dash attack. But unfortunately, I actually did not know that they had auto reticle on. Well, I definitely did not pay attention to that. And basically what auto reticle is it's pretty much aimbot. So it prioritizes whoever's close to you. So I'm over here trying to break ankles with goddamn someone that has titanium ankles pretty much. So I spawn in, I see Alice getting jumped again, so I gotta go help them out. I'm pretty much doing a whole lot of nothing until I see this Tempura Bomb. Pick it up, throw it. Honestly, looking back at this, I don't, bro, how did that even land? Huh? But I lose half health, and bro, look at this. Normally this would be the freest melee combo of all time, but I'm over here with this super lag, basically doing these anime circle arounds. I gave him 3 business days to react to that and hit effect recovery. So he breaks out, I eat another nasty hit. I put a virus again just to try and salvage anything out of this, but it's not looking real good right now. And at this point, I'm 1 HP, a melee build, so yeah, nothing's gonna happen here, so I just go for this Poison Cloud and throw, and now it's Angel time. And honestly, not too bad, a Twinbellows cannon. So let's cover this real quick. The Twinbellows cannon is one of the few weapons in the game with built-in burning. The charge shots on this cannon are actually on the weaker side of the cannon class, probably to make up for the fact that they can burn you. The backward dash charge shot has the largest explosive radius compared to your other attacks, which can be very useful when you need to finish off low HP targets close by. As for our other ranged attacks, the Twinbellows cannon actually has some incredibly strong continuous fire. The standing continuous fire has a nice output of projectiles, but the real star here is the dash continuous fire, which can deal some really good damage while also being able to cancel some shots, which is pretty hard to do for most weapons using dash continuous fire. But overall, Twinbellows cannon is a pretty good cannon. So I go into the dark side spawn just to get some action in, but then I see bro, I jump down the exact moment I see a power-up drop spawn in, so obviously I have to go for that. So while I'm invincible, I'm over here just trying to get some value out of this. So I see Brian take the jump pad, I'm thinking, oh, this is a pretty free kill. Nope, they pretty much call me on this, and they just keep spamming the jumps. So I just decide, alright, screw it, let's just move targets. And the stars align here. I get elite, boom. I catch Lost while he's about to pick up some food, boom. The power up drop right now, and now I have to deal with this Halo Club. But I honestly, really do not respect the shot cancel of this, so I just block it with my Twinbellows cannon. And conveniently, the Dark Team Angel's right in front of me, and they have the Crystal Bow. So let's cover this real quick. The Crystal Bow is the bow with the shortest shot range. You can think of the Crystal Bow as being the shotgun of the weapon class. Its dash charge shots are pretty big, and they can bounce off of walls if shot at an angle. The shot speed on dash charge shots is pretty fast, which is one of the few things this bow has over the other close quarter bow, the silver bow. The continuous fire of this bow can do some damage, but usually not worth it over just using a charge shot. Normally this bow isn't that good just because of range limitations, but on Twilight Stratosphere, it'll do the job. Back to the battle. But yeah, remember that homing boost I was talking about earlier? Yeah, this comes into play here, because I definitely was not paying attention to this. So this ends up being a looping Halo club, which is a very big problem. And this is pretty much just me trying to box my way out of a 2v1. So I end up getting paralyzed by the Halo club. I hit the effect recovery, and I also try and just go for the cancel on the Halo club on the next shot it's about to throw at me. But the unfortunate thing about getting jumped is, at least on this cannon, I can only cancel one of these things, not both of them. So I cancel out with the crystal bow, and I eat a full 4-dash charge shot from the Halo club again. So I need to get a high ground because I know this Halo club homing is super good to the point that the 4-dash charge shot cannot reach up here. And for whatever reason, they just gave me a free pass too, because I don't know what they're aiming at. I'm assuming Alice. So at least when I'm up here, the only thing I ever had to worry about from the Halo Club is standing charge shot, which isn't really that strong. And while I'm up here, I'm trying to get some extra credit on loss, because this is going to be a dragged out battle for sure. So I completely whiffed the backward dash continuous fire, and I just know Loss is hungry for that 4-dash charge shot damage, so I hit him with that weave, jump over it, and since we're already boxing, I just activate super armor just in case I mess up and get hit. And like, bruh, how did this backward dash charge shot not at least like tip him a bit? But you know, whatever. So meanwhile, they drop down. I get the cyclone because this is just gonna be really good for chip damage. They take the green jump pad. I honestly don't know if this is on purpose, but it ends up working out for them. They get one free hit on me while I'm trying to take the jump pad myself. So now that I'm on the same platform as they are, and this is honestly like such a high risk, low reward play, but honestly, I just want you to guess. All right, they're in front of me. They have a crystal bow. They can go for some crazy damage. This is basically a game-winning play. And guess what he chooses to do? Absolutely nothing, bro. Like, what is, like, bro, he literally just watched me slowly walk up, throw the cyclone, and honestly just add a little bit more seasoning to that play. I just throw on virus. Like, all right, I'm gonna just get a little bit extra damage going on. And on top of that, I hit him with the backward dash charge shot. Honestly, didn't do too much damage, but anything counts at this point. And honestly, like, this even cements the bad play, like, even further, because, like, after 8 seconds of just shenanigans, they then decide to hit the warp. They could have just hit that like so long ago. But anyways, we reset, and now it's time for, like, bro, I'm looking back at this. This is my legendary bad play, because I get this poison cloud, alright? I break my neck looking to my left. There's nobody over there, by the way, and I almost die. But thank God for super armor, which kept me in the fight for a little bit longer. But immediately after they get a hit on me, Alice gets a nasty hit on Lost, which just puts them on like critical HP. So I'm over here trying to push them. They get super greedy. They do land a hit on me, but thankfully super armor and sky jump come in clutch like always. I'm out here living on the 1 pixel HP bar. It's looking bad out here. I pop another virus just trying to like set up loss for my teammates, and yeah, he warps out immediately. So now I'm gonna chase him down. I hit a fireworks before I drop down just for a little bit extra safety, and now I got the Pandora claw shooting me. And at this point I was thinking, oh, it's pretty much over, but thanks to super armor and fireworks, I managed to get out of there barely alive. So since I got to take another jump pad and I know this Pandora claw is right behind me, I just have to like pop almost everything I have. So fireworks for iframes and virus just because I know they're right behind me, but also that gives me iframes too. And as soon as I take this jump pad, I see Lost like completely whiff the crystal bow. I try to sneak him with the backward dash continuous fire, but unfortunately I don't land it. But more importantly, the momentum I got from it dropped me off the platform and just saved me from their retaliation. So I'm just making my way through these platforms, and since I'm at the top and I know he's going to hit the jump pad, I try and get him with the backward dash charge shot. That misses, and I also whiff my next attempt, the 4-dash charge shot. I have to keep on moving, so I just hit him with another backward dash charge shot, and they badly timed their fireworks, so they actually get hit by it a little bit, but not enough for it to be the final blow. So I somehow just put myself in like the worst possible like situation ever, because now I have to deal with this Halo club that's right in front of me. I got Lost right there, and I got the Pandora claws on me too. I knocked down the Halo Club, trying to like just keep on moving. And at this point, I have not been keeping track of what powers I have, and this almost like comes to bite me right here. So I hit the jump, and I'm over here reaching for my fireworks, but my dumbass did not notice I was out of fireworks. So I hit the jump, and then I hit effect recovery, thinking I have fireworks right there. And bro, you can like tell I was panicked because look at where I'm aiming. I'm aiming at the sky, like I'm over here greeting the god I'm about to like meet right now. But thanks to our Lord and Savior, Sky Jump level 4, we managed to somehow get out of there. So I'm back up at this top platform here, and I see a Tempura Bomb. I'm over here thinking Lost is going to follow me, so I'm over here trying to place it like perfectly where they're going to land. But this almost actually gets me killed with the Halo Club. Stupid. So I drop down. I'm just trying to like get anything going right now. So I completely ignore Brian because I just know they're out of powers at this point. So I take the next platform up and I see a Poison Cloud. I pick it up and I just throw it at my feet just in case anybody's like above me and that I don't see. And this actually comes in super clutch because the Poison Cloud inflicts shaking and poison. The more important part of that is the shaking, which just completely destroys auto reticle. So while I'm rushing to this power-up drop, like, if I did not put that Poison Cloud down, I probably would have died to the Pandora Claw. So I got another few seconds of invincibility to just try and get anything done. So I just rush to the jump pad. I use a manual melee dash attack for the extra speed. And this just, like, super backfires because Elite just catches my melee dash attack. And you're probably thinking, like, oh, why are you just standing there, bro? Like get up there, dumbass. But when you lose the clash, like, I just have to sit here and take that whole animation. So I waste what feels like an eternity just trying to walk to this jump pad instead. And so we're back at the top. I see Brian. Don't care about Brian. Trying to find Lost. See him. And you can actually see Alice's name tag for like half a second. And they're pretty close to the jump pad. So like at this point, I just full send it. This is pretty much like the last clean shot I get before this power-up drop like expires. And I actually sniped them midair and cheesed the win so bad. It didn't even look right with all the lag going on at the same time, too. Honestly, this match was just, like, super dumb. It really just goes to show you the items are just, like, really ridiculous in this game. But if we go back to that moment when I had the Cyclone in hand, if they had done anything right here, literally anything, I don't think I would have had the HP to live, like, any of the stuff that happened, like, right after. Oh, and before I forget, here's everybody's weapons. And that wraps up today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it because you're not getting another one of these anytime soon. Nah, I'm playing, but... but it shouldn't take that long for the next video to come out. But anyways, let me know what you think about this format. Honestly, it came out better than I thought it would. So I would appreciate it if you left some feedback so I can improve it for the next battle breakdown. And if you were wondering, I will be covering games that I lose in the future too. I just gotta make sure that the games aren't like 30 seconds just so all the weapon explanations don't overshadow the actual breakdown part. Alright, I'm yapping at this point, so with that being said, I will see you all in the next one. Peace.